I recognize the honourable member for Dartmouth North.
Madam Speaker, my question is for the Minister of Natural Resources and Renewables. Nova Scotia has one of the highest rates of energy poverty in the country, with about 43% of households paying more on energy than they can afford. Earlier this year, this department was involved in the development of a report that called for and designed a program to ensure people can afford the electricity they need. And I will table that report. Does the minister support the findings of this report, and what is the minister's plan to address energy poverty?
I recognize the honourable Minister for Natural Resources.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank the member opposite for the question. I'm not sure what report got tabled, so I'll have a look at that because there's been a few reports on this. Some were government reports, some were independent reports, so I will have a look at the report. What I can say is the Clean Electricity Task Force did make a recommendation, number 12, and to look at what Ontario is doing for the affordability. Madam Speaker, we've looked at what Ontario is doing. We started that process, the Task Force recommendation number 12. We're comparing what's going on in that jurisdiction, what we're doing in our jurisdiction. We're still looking at that, but what I can say, Madam Speaker, is $250 million been invested since we've taken government on energy affordability, on different forms of energy. We'll continue that. We'll also look at other alternatives, but we have found out from other jurisdictions, we're doing a lot that other jurisdictions aren't.
I recognize the honourable member for Dartmouth North.
Madam Speaker, I'll just reiterate the fact that we have one of the highest rates of energy poverty. So whatever we're doing, we're not doing enough. 43% of households are living in energy poverty. So thank you to the minister for bringing up the recommendation number 12. This was actually the second report. The report that I just tabled was the second report from last year that called for decisive action on energy affordability. The final report of the Nova Scotia Clean Electricity Solutions Task Force, which I'm sure the minister is familiar with, also directed this government to determine the best way to deliver a Made in Nova Scotia suite of programs, recommendation number 12, to help with residential electricity costs. Has the government accepted this recommendation, and when will Nova Scotians see programs to lower their energy bills in place?
I recognize the honourable Minister of Natural Resources.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank the member opposite for the question. I just had a look at that report. That's actually an independent report. That wasn't a government report. That was an independent body report. What I can say...
Order. 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 The member of Dartmouth North asked a question. I'm sure you would appreciate to hear his answer. I recognize the honourable Minister of Natural Resources.
Madam Speaker, what I can say is, looking back at over the last couple decades, the highest rates actually increased under the NDP government, Madam Speaker. What we have done, Madam Speaker, is $250 million investment of this province's money for affordability. Madam Speaker, we also looked at the fuel adjustment mechanism that was going to be put into place to add a nearly double-digit increase for all ratepayers, Madam Speaker. Since October, we've been negotiating with the federal government. Yesterday, they helped us out $500 million, so the rates in Nova Scotia don't go up this year.